Radio isn't dead, it's quietly winning. In this episode, we explore how local radio and regional advertising are outperforming the national campaigns in rural and suburban markets, and how RS&I authorized dealers can use this resurgence to grow smarter, more targeted sales funnels.
The dealer download powered by RS&I.
Welcome to the Dealer Download powered by RS&I, where authorized dealers in wireless, smart home, fiber and satellite, TV, and residential solar get the strategic insights to thrive. I'm your host, Michael Schifferdecker. Let's dive in. Today, we're breaking down something unexpected: why old school radio and local media are having a big moment, and how this creates an opening for RS&I authorized dealers selling AT&T, Dish, HughesNet, Brightspeed, Vivint, and more. This isn't just nostalgia. There's data behind the movement, and there's a strategy here that can seriously move the needle in your territory. Let's get into it. So, here's the setup. While digital ad platforms are swamped with noise and expensive CPCs, local radio is seeing a quiet resurgence, especially in markets where high-speed internet and OTT streaming aren't fully dominant. Recent industry panels, like the one previewed by TV News Check's local TV strategies conference, show broadcast and radio GMs aligning on a key truth. Local audiences are still deeply loyal to their stations, and they're listening with intent, whether it's for community updates, ag reports, or even traffic and weather on the 8s. This is great news for RS&I dealers. Why? Well, because your customer base is local. You're selling internet, TV, wireless, and smart home services where relationships matter. You don't need a Super Bowl commercial. You need trust, and radio builds trust. There's also a technical reason radio is winning. Audio ad recall is up. Edison Research found that AM/FM radio ads are more memorable than podcasts or streaming ads. Why? Because they're live, they're relevant, and they're regional. That's something we can take advantage of. For example, imagine a 15-second radio spot in a market like Idaho Falls or rural Arkansas. You're not competing with national AT&T campaigns. You're offering local installation, local support, and local business recognition. You're becoming the face of AT&T Fiber, Dish TV, or HughesNet in your town. And unlike digital campaigns, radio drives inbound calls and fast. A national campaign might be flashy, but it doesn't know the weather in Wyoming this week. It doesn't understand the impact of local school closures or county fair weekends. But you do. That's why we're encouraging RS&I dealers to reframe how they see advertising. Your best ROIs might not be in paid Meta or Google campaigns. It might be in a well-placed regional radio spot or even a sponsorship of a high school football game broadcast. You want contextual authority. You want to be seen as the go-to dealer for HughesNet when the local tower is down, or for AT&T Fiber when that new subdivision goes live. Here are some strategies that could work with RS&I dealers who lean into local. Imagine an AT&T wireless dealer in Montana running morning drive time ads with a local country station offering a free accessory with every phone activation. There's a high chance the call volume could double. Maybe a Brightspeed fiber dealer in Missouri sponsors weekly local sports recaps, and they're now the top referral partner for 3 nearby HOAs. Or a HughesNet dealer in rural Washington has been using farm radio hours to talk about streaming capabilities and fusion plans for rural gaming. They're good strategies that can work. So what do you do with this? Well, one, audit your ad spend. See how much is going to national or generic platforms and how much is reaching actual people in your zip code. Number two, call your local radio reps. Yes, radio reps still exist, and most of them are hungry for new business. You'll be surprised at how affordable these radio campaigns are. Number three, go hyperlocal. Bundle your ads with events, giveaways and installs, sponsor weather updates or community shoutouts. Make your dealership a name people hear every morning. All right, let's bring it full circle, right? Here's the big idea. Local still wins. In a time when digital ads are cluttered, expensive, and increasingly ignored, local media, especially radio, offers clarity, trust, and targeting that national platforms simply can't replicate. RS&I authorized dealers are uniquely positioned to take advantage of this. You're not some faceless brand. You're the neighbor. You're the expert. You're the one who shows up. So don't be afraid to lean into what makes you different. Use regional ads, local partnerships, and radio placements to tell your story and tie it into the brands you sell. AT&T Fiber, Dish TV, HughesNet, Brightspeed, and more. That's it for today's episode of the Dealer Download. If this sparks some ideas for your next local ad strategy, let us know. And if you're not already an RS&I authorized dealer, visit rsiinc.com to learn how you can partner with industry leaders in internet, TV, wireless, and smart home. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next episode.